The Princess and the Enchanted Forest. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess named Isabella. She had long golden hair that shone in the sun, big blue eyes that sparkled with joy, and a heart that was as pure as crystal. Isabella always loved to explore the kingdom and help those in need. One day, she stumbled upon an enchanted forest that she had never seen before. She felt intrigued and decided to venture deeper into it. As she walked, she saw glittering streams, vibrant flowers, and trees that were more magnificent than any she had seen before. She felt like she was in a magical world. Suddenly, she heard someone crying. She followed the sound and found a little fairy who was trapped in a spider's web. Isabella immediately freed her from the web and asked what was wrong. The fairy explained that the wicked witch had cursed the forest, and now everything was in chaos. The animals were scared, the plants were dying, and the water was polluted. Isabella knew she had to do something to help. She decided to seek out the witch and plead with her to lift the curse. But the witch was not easy to find. Isabella wandered for days until she stumbled upon the witch's castle, which was guarded by a ferocious dragon. Isabella knew she couldn't defeat the dragon on her own. So she enlisted the help of a brave knight named George. Together, they fought the dragon and eventually reached the witch's castle. The witch tried to stop them, but Isabella bravely stood up to her and begged her to lift the curse. At first, the witch refused. But then she saw the kindness in Isabella's heart and changed her mind. She lifted the curse, and the enchanted forest became even more beautiful than before. The animals came out to play, the plants bloomed, and the streams sparkled like diamonds. Isabella returned to her kingdom victorious, with George by her side. The people of the kingdom celebrated her bravery and kindness, and Isabella became known as the hero of the enchanted forest. From that day on, Isabella would often return to the enchanted forest, where she would play with the animals and enjoy the beauty of nature. And every time she visited, she would remember the adventure that had changed her life forever. The Enchanted Kingdom. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was an enchanted kingdom full of wonder and magic. The people who lived there were kind-hearted and lived in harmony with nature. The kingdom was ruled by a good and wise queen named Isadora. Isadora had a daughter named Lillian, who was the most beautiful princess in all the land. Lillian loved animals and flowers and spent her days exploring the forest and playing with the creatures that lived there. One day, while Lillian was playing in the woods, she stumbled upon a hidden path that led her deep into the forest. As she walked along the trail, she came across a clearing filled with colorful flowers and a sparkling pond. As Lillian gazed at the pond, she saw a magical creature emerge from the water. It was a fairy, with shimmering wings and a dress made of petals. The fairy introduced herself as Fae and explained that this was her home. Fae showed Lillian around her enchanted kingdom, where everything was alive and magical. The trees sang, the rocks danced, and the flowers glowed in the dark. Fae invited Lillian to stay with her and explore the kingdom together. Lillian spent many happy days in the Enchanted Kingdom, learning the secrets of the forest and making new friends with the creatures that lived there. But eventually, it was time for her to return to the castle. When Lillian returned to the castle, she told her mother about her adventures in the Enchanted Kingdom and how wonderful it was. Isadora listened intently and was fascinated by her daughter's story. She decided to visit the Enchanted Kingdom herself. Isadora was amazed when she arrived in the Enchanted Kingdom. She had never seen anything like it before. Fae welcomed her warmly and showed her around, revealing even more secrets and magic that Lillian had not yet discovered. From that day on, the queen and her daughter often visited the Enchanted Kingdom together. They would spend their days exploring the forest, playing with the magical creatures, and learning from Fae. As time passed, more and more people from the kingdom came to visit the Enchanted Kingdom. They were amazed by its beauty and magic, and word of the place spread far and wide. And so, the Enchanted Kingdom became a symbol of wonder and hope for all who visited it. Its magic and beauty inspired generations to come. And Faye, the fairy who had welcomed Lillian so warmly, remained. The Enchanted Forest. Once upon a time, in a far-off kingdom, there lived a kind and just king who ruled over his subjects with fairness and love. The kingdom was a peaceful place, surrounded by beautiful lush green forests. However, there was one forest that was different from all the others. It was known as the Enchanted Forest. The Enchanted Forest was a mysterious place where strange things happened. It was said that the forest was home to magical creatures and that they would come out at night to play. Some of these creatures were friendly while others could be dangerous. The people of the kingdom had learned to stay away from the Enchanted Forest and warned their children never to venture into it. But there was one little girl named Lily who was curious about the forest. She had heard many stories about it, and her imagination ran wild with the possibilities. One day, she decided to sneak into the forest to see for herself what it was really like. As she walked deeper into the forest, she heard strange noises and saw shadows moving in the trees. She felt scared but kept walking until she came across a small clearing. There, she saw a beautiful fairy with wings as delicate as a butterfly's. The fairy smiled at her and introduced herself as Sophia. Sophia told Lily that she was one of the guardians of the Enchanted Forest and that she was there to protect all the magical creatures who lived there. She also told Lily that the forest was a special place where magic was real and that if she believed in it, she could experience it too. Over the next few days, Sophia and Lily became good friends, and Sophia taught Lily the ways of magic. She showed Lily how to talk to the animals, how to make the flowers bloom brighter, and how to make the trees dance. Lily was amazed by all the wonders she had experienced and was grateful to have made such a wonderful friend. However, one day, the evil witch who lived in a far-off land heard about the Enchanted Forest and decided to come and destroy it. She was jealous of the happiness that the magical creatures had and wanted to take it away from them. The animals in the forest were frightened and didn't know what to do. Lily knew that she had to help her friends. She remembered what Sophia had taught her about magic and used it to create a spell that would protect the forest. Together with Sophia and all the other magical creatures, Lily. The Magic Forest. In a beautiful kingdom, there once lived a young princess named Adeline. She had long flowing hair as dark as the night sky and big, bright eyes that sparkled like diamonds. Adeline loved to explore the kingdom she ruled over and often went on adventures with her parents, the king and queen. One day, while wandering deep into the forest, Adeline stumbled upon a hidden trail that led her to a magical clearing. The grass was emerald green and the trees were taller than any she had ever seen before. As she walked further into the clearing, she noticed a tiny door at the base of a tree. Curious, she knelt down and opened it, only to discover a tiny fairy inside. The fairy introduced herself as Faye, the protector of the magic forest. She explained to Adeline that the forest was home to many enchanted creatures and warned her never to speak of its existence to anyone outside. Faye also gifted Adeline with a magic key that would allow her to enter the forest and explore whenever she pleased. Over the years, Adeline grew older and eventually became queen. Despite her new responsibilities, she still found time to visit the magic forest and all of its wondrous inhabitants. She met talking animals, mischievous fairies, and even mermaids in the nearby river. As time passed, rumors about a secret forest spread throughout the kingdom. Greedy treasure hunters and poachers began to infiltrate the woods, causing destruction and chaos. Adeline knew she needed to act fast to protect the magical place she held so dear. She called upon her bravest knights, and together they formed a plan to keep the forest safe. They created a secret entrance that only those with pure intentions could pass through. They also enlisted the help of the forest's inhabitants to patrol and protect their home. Thanks to their efforts, the magic forest remained a secret oasis of wonder and beauty for generations to come. And Queen Adeline was remembered not only for her wise leadership, but also for her dedication to preserving the enchantment of the world around her.